Hi, this is TapCat. Welcome to part 5 of the Civilization 5 tutorial series. Now, we're trying to map out the early game strategy here, and this is more of a flexible beginning. We're not going for any particular type of victory necessarily. We're up to turn 105. And I said this at the end of our last installment, but I think I've kind of figured out finally where we're going to do this. We're going to found 2 more cities, and I'll start down the path of growing them. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'll do one installment where I just show highlights from that point to the end of the game. Because really, right now, what I want to focus on is the early game. So much of what determines whether you're going to win or lose is determined in this first 100 to, say, 150 turns. So let's go ahead and choose production in Sparta. And actually, what I want to build is a settler. And let's see to what extent I can. Well, not much. I was looking for places I could add more production, possibly cut the time, and we've got a little bit, but yeah, not much. So I don't see any other hammers available. Okay. And for research, right now I'm pretty intent on getting into the medieval era and education. We're going to take theology because that will help make pretty much everything else we need to research a bit cheaper. Let me just, hold on. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. I just want to make sure I don't need any of this other stuff, right? I shouldn't. I think I'm okay. All right. I just like to make sure. It is easy sometimes to do something and not realize that something else you had planned, hinges on like a technology or something that you haven't bothered to research. So yeah, overall, I'm not unhappy with where we're at. I wish we were just a little farther along with certain things. Like, I wish I had a 3rd city started, or that the National College was done. But we're only 2 turns away from the National College. And honestly, I'm not even sure that doing it a little past turn 100 is even bad. I suppose I would always want it to be quicker. If I finished it on turn 90, I'd wish that I had done it on turn 80. And we're going to keep looking for every city-state we can possibly find. I think I've said this before. My preferred victory type for this game would be diplomatic, if only because my last Let's Play I wanted to do a diplomacy victory, and it really got taken over by circumstances beyond my control. And so I wouldn't mind kind of getting that back. I would actually say, I would go for domination. The biggest reason why I'm not so interested in that is our closest neighbor are the Celts, and they're not going to be easy to get to or attack. So that kind of stinks. They're also not much of a threat to us, and we can use them, as an easy trading partner. Okay, so now I'm immediately going to build this next settler. And let me do the exact same thing that we did for the other. Although, similarly, I'm not seeing a lot of hammers. I see single hammers. I suppose that's going to have to do for the most part. Any others? I don't want to give up all my gold if I can help it. Okay, I don't need that. That actually didn't help me. So, I think I'll just grab the gold and do that instead. Okay, so we got that mine. That's pretty sweet. We're building a farm here. I might as well go ahead and improve this thing. As soon as we... Oh, I should... This farm isn't done. It's one hazard when you start improving a tile and don't finish it. But what I was going to say is, since I do really want to start exploring more out on the high seas, I would like to develop as many of our luxury tiles as possible. Now, we didn't really need duplicates when it was just us and Boudica. Okay, we'll go ahead and do this. That timing's a little awkward because I just finished the National College. But it was between these two, and when I was getting attacked by all those barbarians, you know, oligarchy came in pretty darn handy. So I don't really regret taking it first. I suppose if I regret anything, it's that I hadn't been able to make at least friends with a cultured city-state, because then I would have just gotten to the next policy a lot sooner. We're at the point where, you know, this is not really going to get it done. We need a lot more culture. Okay, let's go ahead and... Yeah, I'm okay with this. So we discovered a natural wonder. That impressed Wellington. It's pushed our influence with them up to 148, which is pretty sweet. And it's not going to be long. I guess we're 6 turns away from founding another... Well... from getting another settler. I don't often build, like, you know, try to set up 2 cities bang bang like this. You know, I wonder if I should just bring him down here. I mean, we're not doing a whole lot with him anyway. Okay, and I can't get open borders, right? Nope. Well, that's kind of sucky. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do that. There's no point bringing it back home. So, Boudica... Oh, she doesn't have any money. All right. Well, it's hard to sell someone a luxury if they have nothing to offer you. You know, it looks like she does not have a huge amount of land to work with. And I am not unhappy about that. You know, does it even make sense to... I don't think I need to be in the ocean. I'm just going to bring him up on land. A barbarian galley could make a mess of him pretty quick. And he's not a boat. He's only moving 2 tiles each turn, regardless of whether he's on land or not. And since he's a scout, he's not slowed down by rough terrain. So might as well just put him on land. Okay. I can go to Tyre. I can go to Wellington. Does either one have a trade route thing? No. No, they don't. So... I guess I'll just take the money. I mean, you know, why wouldn't I? Okay, so we finished that. I'm already working that tile, so there's no need worrying about it. I think what does make sense is we'll go ahead and start building a road between here and Athens. That's an important part of building up our infrastructure. It'll help our gold. It'll help me get units around in case we get attacked, or if I want to attack someone else or whatever. It'll just help. And it helps even the workers later, you know. Okay, let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm fine with this route. Next turn. Yeah, I'll probably leave like one worker down here to keep improving a few of these tiles. Although, actually, now that I think about it, I'm about to have a... Okay, good. We got our theology. About to have a real need for a little bit of worker action on some new cities. Okay. That was really quick. I wonder if I had done some work on that before. Let me finish this thing, since I've already started it. Okay. I think I better do construction, because not only would I not mind having composite bowmen, but also once I found these cities, my happiness is obviously going to take a hit. Now, I don't know if it's going to take a hit. I mean, we're at 17. That's pretty good, but we'll see. It should still go down by like 10 right away, so that's a lot. Okay, that is that. Let's see. I think I'll use Athens. Let me make sure I want to do this plan. I'm putting one city here. So that means that I would have to put a second city in one of these two spots if I found one up here. And what I really dislike about that is that virtually every tile this city can use is one that one of my other cities would already be able to use. And they're going to be kind of cannibalizing each other. Whereas if I put one here, that's not true. I'm getting stone, cattle, deer, sheep, even these tiles. Well, not this one, but this one. These are all things I would not be able to work otherwise. Don't get me wrong, this is not a particularly good city, but I don't have a spot that would make a particularly good city. And I can't make my own terrain. I have to kind of take what the game gives me. Okay, so let's see if there's anything at all to see. It doesn't look like it, really. Alright, 3 turns. I don't mind spending 3. So the settler is finished. I think what I want to do now is build a watermill. And likewise, I really need to redo my tile assignments here. Let's just clean house. Okay, well, I want the wheat. I want both of these because, gold. We'll grab both of those. I'm trying to decide just how much production I want to try to do. I'm kind of past the point where I can just afford to do nothing but food. Early on, I genuinely do believe this. It's really important to put food and city growth first. If you build stuff slower, you build stuff slower. Okay, so what is that? Yeah, we're at 6 turns on the watermill. I think that's reasonable. And we're only 6 turns away from getting another citizen. Now, I'm going to have to change this because we won't get messages anymore. I believe once you hit 10 citizens, you stop getting these messages down here. So I'm going to put it on default where there's at least a chance it'll hit on a production tile. And then I'll try to remember to come in here periodically and shuffle it around if I'm not happy. So I think stoneworks is what we want now. And what I need to do again is to kind of deselect everything. Now I know I want the sheep. I know I want stoneworks. I know I want the cattle and the dye and the one really good food tile. Oh, I guess I have 2 now. So we're going to grow in 5 turns. Maybe I can afford a tile that gives me nothing but hammers. Or maybe I should take this one. It does cut a whole turn off of my... I'll do this. I'm actually okay with that. And it gets me the the stoneworks 2 turns faster. And that's free production. And as I've said many times, relatively early in a city's development, you want more food, you want more hammers. Like anything that increases those 2 things, getting your population up, getting your production capacity up, it's huge. Okay, so we finished that. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy up here and kind of try to meet the settler with him. Yeah, alright. I don't think there's anybody down there, but it also doesn't look like he's actually seeing anything either. Alright, I guess I should have moved here. I'm going to move I'll build the road like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And for my next trick, we're going horseback riding. I mean, this is the ultimate goal. We have a lot of stuff we need to do between here and there. And this is as good a place to start as any. Okay. We could, you can try to do 3 cities. It's just in my experience, it's never enough. If you have to build military units or if you have a lot of stuff going on, you don't have the capacity to do it. Okay, so the game is not flagging this as a great place to start. It actually prefers the spot on the snow because you get the pearls. And we'll actually be able to claim the pearls eventually. I can always build a workboat up here and bring it down. So I don't, I've looked and mapped out where in the heck I think we can go. This is going to be a crap city no matter what I do, but at least this way we'll have some food, and if the farther I move down there, the less that's going to be true. Okay. It is going to take me a few turns to get over there, unfortunately. So in our brand spanking new city, let me think about this for a second. I have one really good food tile here. And I have multiple good ones, not quite as good, but good, that I can move into. Over here, I have one good food tile, which I won't even get at the beginning. Yeah, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to buy a granary once this is founded. I'm going to build one here. Yeah. I don't have the money to do both. So I think that's the way to go. I may spend a little money to buy some tiles, so I don't want to just strip myself down to nothing. Okay, what do I want to develop first? The cows, just to give them an extra hammer? Except, that's right, it won't even be a thing. Like, I won't be able to work it. Alright, I will. I'm going to buy the cattle. that'll be like my first thing that I do. All right, I can't go over that far. I don't think we're going to find anything, but I'm just going to clear however much fog I can. So I suppose, you know, if I'm trying to categorize this stuff for the purposes of a tutorial, you know, both of these cities, and the one down south in particular, this is just trying to make the best of a bad situation. You know, you get the draw you get as far as the terrain, and you can't just have no cities. So you either got to restart the game, or, you know, build one in the best spot you can, or go out and conquer one. That has downsides too, but it is certainly a viable strategy. Okay, I'm going to bring this guy over, and we're going to start improving some tiles. And then I'm actually thinking, should I build? I think I will. I think I want compass. I hate that it's a detour from education, but I need to get out and start exploring and discovering more city-states. So I think that makes more sense. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy the granary, and we'll build the library. Do I want a library first, or do I want something else? I could take something like a lighthouse and maybe buy this tile, make a workboat. A workboat's going to take me 25 turns. So maybe what I would need to do is build the workboat. I can't keep buying everything. I actually need some money for city-states at some point. So we'll build a workboat and send it down here and keep this place growing. Fair enough. It is working that tile. Yes, yes. Boudica has completed the Colossus. I kind of doubt how much that's going to help her personally, but it's all good. Okay, I am going to build a farm, I think. And over here... Yep, I think we've gotten what we're going to get out of this area. Now this man we're going to keep on road construction duty. I'm not really happy with where my gold is right now. And yeah, 3 gold per turn, that's not really going to do it for me. Okay, how about 6? All right. So, well, that helps a little. Not a lot, but a little. Our capital's about to grow. Sparta's got a ways to go. I think it grew not long ago. But both of our new kids, this one just did grow. So let's go ahead and... Well, actually, I think I'm going to leave it right where it's at. And it's going to grow again in 4 turns. I am more than happy with that. And you know what? I just realized realistically, we need to call it here. So definitely what we're going to do now, we're going to grow these 2 cities just exactly the same way I grew Athens and Sparta. I'm going to research the compass so that I can make a faster ship and go across the ocean. And we're going to try to discover other civilizations, other city-states, all of that. Now, I'm not sure, since we did found these, and I've already shown kind of what I normally, the progression I go through, I think I may stop with the live kind of Let's Play style commentary at this point. and only show snippets from here. Because honestly, with the exception of just growing these two brand new cities more, at this point, I have shown you the process of building this base. This may not seem like a lot, but honestly, now even with these two in the state they're in, we rank pretty well in most of these categories. Our worst is soldiers. Well, I'm not trying to build up my military. I'm purposely keeping it at a more minimal level because I don't need more. She's not really a threat. No one else knows we exist. So we're fine. And that allows me to, build up our civilization for the long haul. So what I'm probably going to do is from this point forward, we'll show a more condensed version and how we put this to work. And then what I really want to do is get past this game. And as I've said before, we'll try to show a different kind of start, because really and truly, no matter what your strategy, as a general rule, it is this initial 100, we're at 121. And I don't mean to say like, well, the game's ours. No, the game's not ours. Let me put it another way. You can lose a lot of games in the first 120 turns. And or you can set yourself up to be very, very competitive. All right, so talk. When we come back, we're going to try to show how this start translated into a mid and late game. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I hope we see you next time.